And first out on a night of expectations here in London are the home team, West Ham. Followed by the visitors from up the road, Tottenham Hotspur, led by Steve Perryman. And Upton Park is packed out. An all-ticket crowd of 36,000, which is producing record receipts of £85,000, with another £50,000, it's said, coming from closed-circuit television in a number of London cinemas. A genuine cup-tie atmosphere, with the second division leaders at home to their first division neighbours. And indeed, with men like Trevor Brooking in the midfield for West Ham, although he came close to missing the game today because of a stomach upset, and he's supported in that midfield by Alan Devonshire. And with Osvaldo Ardiles covering the same territory for Tottenham and supported by the likes of Glenn Hoddle, well, the skills should be at the highest level. And when you look at the West Ham side tonight, they're unchanged. You also have to reckon with the striking power of David Cross and Paul Goddard, who between them have scored 33 goals this season. And the West Ham sub is Jimmy Neighbour. One of his previous clubs was Tottenham. As for Spurs themselves, although they've lost their last two matches, they're not short of successful strikers either. Steve Archibald and Garth Crooks between them have scored 23 First Division goals this season. And elsewhere in the Spurs side, Terry Yorath returns. His name has been linked, of course, recently with Leeds and Cardiff, but he could have a great influence here tonight. It's his sort of match, and he replaces Paul Miller. The referee is John Hunting from Leicester. So as the cup tie roar gets underway, so does the game, with West Ham kicking off, attacking the goal to our right in claret and blue shirts. And West Ham with an amazing home record. They've not been beaten since the opening day of the season here, and they've had 13 successive victories here since then, and even by Liverpool standards, that really is some record. Spurs coming to this match having lost their last two and won only one of their last four away, but that was convincingly at Nottingham Forest. But of course, on a night like this, the past is forgotten. And it's this night and the possibility of a place in the semi-finals of the League Cup that really matters. A free kick there for Tottenham. Ricky Villa to take it. And it'll be Don McAllister. Archibald on the far side. Ardiles in there. Good leap there by Archibald. And Lampard just nodding it out to Devonshire there. Hoddle. And here's Brooking. Flick wide here now for Holland. Played in for Goddard. And Villa getting it back to Barry Daines. Crooks and Bonds underneath one. It's Bonds' header, and now it's Ardiles. Crooks looking for Villa, and West Ham struggling to keep him out a little bit there. Houghton now finding Yorath, switching it wide to the far side now to Glenn Hoddle. Hoddle with a shot and straight at Phil Parkes. Brooking, now Houghton. Shot there by Archibald. On Alvin Martin, another free kick to West Ham. Played here for Lampard, a bit of space. Both sides taking a little time to shake down into sort of momentum in this cup tie. Goddard now finding that's a bit better for West Ham. Brooking, and now Pike playing it wide here for Holland. And wide for the advancing Ray Stewart. He's gone past Garth Crooks, the cross in there, and Yorath ducking in to get it away. Now Crooks again. A long ball forward. Archibald's after it. Has he got the legs of Martin here? No, Martin challenging well. A one against one, and Alvin Martin coming out on top there for West Ham. Stewart floating it in for cross. A nod down here for Holland. Through the legs of Houghton. And another throw to West Ham. Velia. A little touch there and a good one there for Yorith. Played for Hoddle. And a nice reverse pass by Hoddle for the waiting Lacey. Crooks across there. No foul. Now there is. And it's West Ham's way. Bonds to Devonshire, who's as yet not had a lot to say for himself. There's a simple pass, though, and he gets it back from Pike. Played wide here for Holland. Stopped by Ardiles. It's Houghton. Nicely chested down by Martin. Looks a picture of composure there. And now Devonshire. Looking up ahead of him. And Goddard's in there, nodded down again for Brooking. Across there, too high for Goddard. And it was Lacey who got it away. A beautiful piece of play by Brooking and for West Ham in general. And Spurs having a bit of trouble getting this away. Now they should with Ardiles. And Spurs really at full stretch there. Now Hoddle trying to get him going forward as Perryman makes the advance. And he's got Crooks up there with him. Now, can he get past Billy Bonds? Bonds has had two goes at him. Crooks with a shot. It's finally charged down. Here's Hoddle again for Tottenham. Now Ardiles. Looking to get a shot in order to find Crooks, and in the end, nothing happens. Well, the ball, in fact, was kicked against the hand of Billy Bonds. There's no question of that, but I think the referee must have construed that as being totally accidental. And it was inside the penalty area. A scramble there. Pike getting a free kick for West Ham against Ricky Velia, and Brooking taking it up now for West Ham. Devonshire outside him. Lampard going beyond him. Now Lampard making the run inside. Here's Devonshire. Well, that's a free kick right on the edge of the box as Devonshire is brought down by Steve Perryman. Now this might be interesting. Martin's already coming up. Bonds has decided to stay back. But with Martin and Cross to aim for. And now Billy Bonds going forward. It's going to be Brooking. A little floater in there. In fact, hitting it straight at Ardiles. Not a very good free kick at all. Stewart hitting it into the stand, and Tottenham get a throw. Yorith. Bonds and Pike. Goddard battling away, in fact got his head to it. Brooking played through the legs of Velia. And a long shot from Stewart. Curling away from Danes, but in the end curling away from the post. It was Brooking through the legs of Ricky Velia there. First time shot. And wide. Touch for Brooking. Played on again for Goddard. He's got in behind McAllister this time. Whipped it across. Cross didn't get the touch. That was a lovely piece of combined play there between Brooking and Goddard. And now it's with Pike. Now Stewart. Spurs may have had more of the game, but there's no doubt that on a couple of occasions West Ham have just been that single touch away from going into the lead. Holland now hitting it straight at Yorith. Houghton, the crowd around it shouted handball, but the referee couldn't have been better placed to see that it wasn't. Ardiles to Villa. He's got Crooks and Archibald up ahead of him, and Perryman again galloping down that right-hand side. Here's Perryman. Huddle inside. Left foot cross coming in. Martin's header away. Parks was right behind him, probably calling for it, but whether Martin didn't hear him in all this noise, I don't know. But it's Devonshire now for West Ham. Oh, and Devonshire switched it straight to Crooks. Now Villa. Stopped well by Billy Bonds, but here's Huddle. The trouble is still on for West Ham. And then Lampard stops him, and here's Devonshire. Goddard. Free kick. Fouled by McAllister. And that's taken. Devonshire played in. He meant to find Brooking. He only found Ardiles. Yorath. Crooks. Good play by Crooks, but Houghton couldn't get it at the first attempt. Billy Bond eventually gets it away here to Stewart. Now Holland. Stewart again. And a West Ham throw. Holland finding Goddard. Stewart's header again, Ardiles. Now Huddle, a lot of space ahead of him now, and also Archibald and Crooks are ahead of him. Still with Huddle, left foot shot, down goes Parks again, holding on to it. Well that he did, because Archibald was coming in fast. King's touch. Cross. Houghton and Holland battling away there. And Holland getting a free kick against Chris Houghton. And Houghton might be in a bit of trouble there. I noticed that Cross was diving in there, and Pat Holland, yes, it's going to be a yellow card for Chris Houghton. And in fact, I think Pat Holland did David Cross a turn there as well, because I think David Cross wanted to say a word or two, and Holland acted as the peacemaker. This was the challenge that led to the yellow card. Houghton clearly pulling him back and then clearly fouling him. So a free kick to West Ham. Brooking will take it. Bonds is right in there again. Deep is Alvin Martin. It's Martin's header, and Daines' catch under pressure from Goddard. Free kick, in fact. Well, Spurs were claiming that Archibald was shoved in the back, but you have to say the referee was at the perfect angle to see that one. He was absolutely in line. But I fancy the linesman may have flagged. But it's the referee's word, of course. The ball with Phil Parks now. Good jump by Lacey again. Archibald for John Lacey. Hoddle. Ardiles beautifully striding over that challenge from Pike. Archibald. Played in for Ardiles. Good challenging, successful defending by Billy Bonds, but here's Villa now for Tottenham, and space here for Houghton. Charged down by Devonshire. Now with Yorath again. Played here for Huddle. Good little spell of pressure this by Tottenham. Played inside for Perryman there, getting almost inside the fullback. In fact, it was Cross who'd gone right back down there. Perryman furious, he felt that Spurs should have had a corner, but it came off David Cross. But the referee said no goal kick. With a header. Yorath playing it in here for Ardiles. Yorath again. Coming right to half-time, and indeed there is the half-time whistle with a lot of good attacking intentions in this full-throated cup tie, but as yet no goals. On a night and on midweek sports special, we also have top gymnastics and some knockout boxing for you. The half-time score here at Upton Park in this quarter-final of the Football League Cup is West Ham United 0, Tottenham Hotspur 0, and we'll be back with the second half. Welcome back then as Spurs get us away at the start of the second half. They now in the white shirts attacking the goal to our right. Indeed, it's curious that Spurs have not been out of London in the League Cup so far this season. They've beaten Orient, Crystal Palace and Arsenal to get this far. And West Ham, until tonight, have not played a First Division side in the Cup this season. Burnley, Charlton and Barnsley they've beaten. There's no doubt at all about it that Steve Perryman, playing more as a right back in the first half, was making things difficult for Devonshire and Brooking, who do so much of their good work down the left. Although I've noticed right at the start of this second half, Perryman looks as though he's in a much more central position in the defence. It's a free kick for Tottenham, which McAllister will take. Well, Perryman coming back across to this right-back position. And it's been a telling tactical factor, there's no doubt about that. Hoddle now for Crooks, knocked down for Archibald. Now Ardiles for Tottenham. And his shot charged down by Pike, but there's Archibald getting in there and a cross coming in. Velia touching it in there for Hoddle, and both Pike and Martin close quickly enough to prevent the shot going in, and it's Holland now for West Ham. Tottenham's throw. This for a place in the semi-finals of the Football League Cup, remember. And it's with John Lacey. Dorothy. Archibald, a nice touch here for Glenn Hoddle. And again, Martin getting in there, but only as far as Archibald again for Tottenham, and Crooks is in there. Back for Archibald, a shot straight off the chest of Phil Parks. And he grabbed it at the second goal. A really good shot there. Crooks just laying it back there for Archibald. Hit straight at Parks. Yorath. Perryman for Hoddle. And a corner. So a corner for Tottenham. And Hoddle with it. Well, struck one again. McAllister had come right in there, as he does so often, coming in late, but West Ham got that one away. It was Cross who eventually whacked it into the crowd. So it's Velia again with a throw. Archibald. Velia. Ardiles. Bobble beat him there, but Archibald curls it in. Martin again with a header for West Ham. Perryman casually playing that for Houghton, and Houghton was suddenly surrounded by claret and blue and decided that was the way out. Perryman again. Hoddle. Crooks. It'll come maybe for Booking, it'll come maybe for Goddard. And suddenly West Ham have got a few forward. Devonshire's made a good break here for West Ham. He went just a little wider than he would have wanted. A little touch there for Brooking, and the cross by him. And was it a handball? Well, there were strong claims by West Ham for a handball there in the 6-yard area. Well, it was nodded down there, and I must say it looked very much like a handball by Houghton, but the referee decided otherwise. And here's Ardiles. must say that's going to be a controversial moment in this game, and from that slow motion there it looked a handball, but here's Goddard, and Daines is right out of his goal. Played in there towards Brooking, oh! And Houghton knocked that one off the line. Great play in here, terrific shot by Brooking, a marvellous save by Chris Houghton. And now Lampard lining one up there. Billy Bonds is right in there. That was Holland's header, though. Now, that was a lucky break for Tottenham. Daines was beaten by Brooking's shot, and Houghton did miraculously on that line. Long kick. Brooking trying to get that ball from Goddard. Here's Devonshire, and Perryman doing that job well in stopping Devonshire's run down the left. West Ham's throw. Brooking again. Surrounded there by Hoddle and by Perryman, and really being harassed by them. Devonshire going in there, but the Spurs men get it away well. It's Hoddle now for Tottenham. The ball played forward for Crooks to chase, and Alvin Martin with the big boot getting it back to Phil Parks. Again, that long ball being played forward suddenly by West Ham, and a couple of times it looked as though it might get them in. On that occasion, Houghton made sure that it didn't. But West Ham get the throw. Goddard. Crossed in there, no trouble for Daines. Bonds going there for that one. Bit of play here again by Stewart, and cross, surely offside he is. Stewart towards Goddard. That'll fall for cross. A little touch here for Brooking, and now Devonshire taking it up again. Pike slipped wide here for Lampard. To Stewart. A touch there for Devonshire. Back again for Martin. Brooking's little header in there, and Lacey doing a good job at the back that time for Tottenham with the cross poised behind him. But West Ham get a corner. Corner, Billy Bonds battering ram in there with a header, but a chance maybe for a break for Tottenham. Velia on the ball for them. Ardiles. Crooks is making a run through the centre, but West Ham are getting people back. Velia, Ardiles. Velia this time to Hoddle. Played there for Archibald. It's Devonshire running with the ball, finding Brooking, chance to run with the ball again, but plays it wide on this side now for Frank Lampard. West Ham having a good inventive spell at the moment. Here's Brooking, played there to Goddard, but the return pass wasn't what Brooking wanted, but he still made something of it. Stewart rifling one in there! Tremendous save by Danes. Well, what was that? 30 yards from fullback Ray Stewart. What a tremendous shot it was, almost out of nothing. West Ham very nearly got a spectacular goal, but for an equally spectacular piece of keeping by Barry Danes. So West Ham get a corner. Brooking will take it. And certainly the escapes have been at this end in the second half. Brooking again with a corner. Still haven't got it away. Archibald with a chance, but here's Stewart again now for West Ham. Played wide there, he hoped towards Brooking, but cut out superbly by Hoddle. Well, that one's cut out by Stewart. Swept wide this time for Billy Bonds. Holland is up there with him as well. Goddard. Little touch back here for Devonshire. This time it's Lampard being brought more and more into the play down this left flank. It's Brooking. The cross in a bit earlier this time. They're all going in there. Billy Bonds, and a good save again by Danes. And in fact, the whistle had gone. All credit to Danes, though. It was a terrific piece of keeping once again. And you'll notice it was a safe catch at the end of it. Bonds going in with that header there. Danes with the catch. Now we get to the point where both sides will wind themselves up for a really big finish. And here's Brooking. And Holland. And West Ham still can't get to it. Cross. Yes! Cross has put it in! Brooking put through there. Danes seem to have saved it there. Spurs seem to have saved it there. It seemed to be going too wide for Cross. What a chip. And even Perryman couldn't stop it from going in. And West Ham go into the lead with about 9 minutes to go. David Cross, goal 21 of the season for him, and who knows what a precious one it might be now for West Ham. The second division leaders leading their first division neighbours by a goal to nil, and really on their second half performance just about deserving it. Now can Spurs hit them? Or can West Ham keep this resolve and concentration going for another 9 minutes? Again, that long clearance from Phil Parks. Brooking, played wide. What a good ball there. Holland. Stewart's up there as well. And you're stopping that one for Tottenham. And here's Lampard. Brooking, they've got plenty forward, and Brooking just trying to lift that over the head of the defence. Villa belting that out here for Archibald to chase. Battling away with Alvin Martin, and a throw to Tottenham. Brooks, that's going to be a West Ham throw. Goddard, here's Pike, a lot of space over on that far side, filled by Stewart and by Holland. It's Pat Holland. Back heel there for Stewart. That's Yorath's ball. Just look at those West Ham fans there. They know that if they can hold out, or their team can rather, for another 7 minutes or so, they've got a place in the semi-finals. Goddard trying to get a 1-2 going. Here's Jeff Pike, who's hit some pretty spectacular goals this season, but not that time. Villa now for Tottenham as they break back. It's with Ardiles. Crooks and Archibald are up. Played here for Archibald. Now played for Villa. Stewart going across to do a covering job. Played here again for Ardiles. Villa now. And the shot by Houghton, saved down there by Phil Parks. Well, Houghton's had a really active game. He's been booked, he's headed off the line, and he had that shot there. Johnny Bonds cutting it out again for West Ham. And going all the way. His sights set first of all on the corner flag, I fancy, to take up a few more seconds, and then to look around and see what's on. And down to the corner flag it goes. And West Ham get the throw. We're now playing time added on. Brooking. So it's a matter of seconds now. And West Ham are almost there. It's another throw. Spurs are almost out. John Hunting, the referee, is looking at his watch. That David Cross goal looks as though it might be the one, and it is! The whistle has gone, and West Ham have done it. The goal by Cross so close to the end. A real full-blooded cup tie, where Spurs came and attacked so hard in the first half, but had nothing to show for it, and West Ham did so much of the attacking in the second. And then came that vital breakthrough by David Cross. West Ham, with their resolution and their confidence and their concentration holding out to keep Tottenham at bay. And so we get a final scoreline then in this Football League.